Hey, PSA to all my white gays. We can have nails and be gay. Without ooh, honey child, girl, ooh, yeah. Oh, girl, you already know, girl. My hair already done had hers, sis, yeah.
Women really feel a type of way about flamboyant gay men. We feel like flamboyant gay men try to put on this persona to be a woman when we're really not like that. We're not extra. We're not into drama. We do not feed off.
So this is something I've seen talked about a lot online. The idea that some gay men, especially in pop culture, kind of mock black women, whether they realize it or not. You know the vibe, the exaggerated mannerisms, the attitudes, the slang. A lot of people think it's funny or just a part of gay culture, but others point out that a lot of this actually comes from black culture, especially from black women and black queer communities. And here's where it gets complicated. On one hand, gay men and black women share some overlapping struggles. Both groups have had to build confidence and the resilience in a world that doesn't always accept them. Sometimes what starts as admiration can turn into a caricature, especially when people are imitating black women's voices or attitudes for laughs without understanding where it all comes from. But the truth is, it's not always easy to tell where the line is, but it's worth thinking about it. Because when we understand why we talk the way that we do or where our favorite slang comes from, we start showing respect instead of just copying. And that's what it's really about, respect. Respect for the culture, respect for people who built it, and respect for the fact that something can be both part of the gay expression and originally rooted in the black woman's experiences. But let's unpack this and talk more about it. What's up, you guys? Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Dante, and I'm back at it again with another video. So the question today is, do some gay men mock black women?
Well, yes.
Now, to go ahead and answer that question, yes, but heavy on the some. All of us don't do that, but of course, some of us we partake in it. And I think the reason why we see a lot of gay men, especially white gay men, do it, I think it comes from the admiration of a black woman. Like I said in my introduction, a lot of us can sometimes relate to a black woman, but we don't really relate to them in terms of like the experiences, if that makes sense. Like we do, but to a certain extent. And I feel like a lot of us get carried away with imitating them, and it turns into you mocking them in a way. You know, we've all seen the content creator, the white gay content creators that has put on a wig, that has put on the long nails, and that's imitated a black woman, and they label it as comedy, and it's not. It's like a mockery, and it's like you're trying to make a joke out of a black woman's experience, or I guess you can say. Now, a lot of people always pinpoint to white gays, but I look at all of the races the same when it comes to everybody just mocking black women. Whether they're doing it for the content, whether they're just doing it around their friends, it's still a mockery. Now, it's one thing to be yourself. We're not saying don't be yourself. If you are naturally feminine and flamboyant, that's okay. Like, we're not saying that you're just that femininity, and we're not saying that being flamboyant, black women own that. I'm not saying that. Now, if you are new here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, so you can support. Y'all know I love y'all down. We're on the way to 30,000 subscribers. Now, as I get deeper into this video, we're going to talk about the historical and cultural background of black women and how they are portrayed within the media and how the gay community kind of intersect with that. We're also going to listen to black women's viewpoint on this situation and gay men's viewpoint on situations. Now, I want to make myself very clear when I talk about this viewpoint stuff. The black women videos that has their opinions on this, they don't speak for every black woman. Okay, they don't. So any black woman that's watching this or whatever, and you see this, and you may not resonate with what they say. They're not talking for all of y'all. They're just speaking from how they see it. And the same for gay men. I'm going to also put in clips of gay men speaking on this and their viewpoint on it. And I don't want any gay men feeling like they have to relate to what the person is saying. But, so just take that section with a grain of salt. And y'all know with every video, we're going to always react to TikTok. So, yeah, let's get into it. From the silver screen to our social media For You pages, black women have long been portrayed in ways that reduce their complexity. Recurrent stereotypes shape how audiences perceive black women, often overshadowing their individuality, intelligence, and humanity. We're actually starting to see it in AI TikTok, that even some black people aren't realizing the content is humiliating the black woman.
We finna pay for this with our EBT cards. Hell yeah, we not tipping the waiter nothing too.
Man, this say 18 piece on the board, but I count 17 in here. I paid for the whole thing. Ain't no way I'm missing a leg.
Let me check the bucket for you, okay?
Please do, because I swipe my EBT and it come out the same whether it's 17 or 18. They telling me I can't use my EBT in November. I got 7 kids with 7 men. 7!
That was AI. If you look in the comment section, you will see the hundreds of people who do not recognize that that is AI. They're making that same video with that same script over and over again, and people are believing it. It's propaganda. And it's AI.
Where did these portrayals come from, and why do they persist? The roots of these stereotypes trace back to slavery in early Hollywood. Characters like the mammy, the nurturing asexual caregiver, and the Jezebel, the hypersexualized woman, were born out of oppressive ideologies. These archetypes serve to justify inequality while simplifying Black women into predictable roles. Even as cinema evolved, these tropes resurface in new forms: the angry Black woman, the sassy best friend, the loud and over the top personality. Each iteration reinforces narrow expectations and limits the stories Black women can tell. Today, these stereotypes are both challenged and reproduced in the media. Reality TV shows like Love and Hip Hop, Baddies from Zeus Network, Basketball Wives, and the list goes on, often amplifies the diva and dramatic persona. Social media and meme culture sometimes exaggerate Black women's speech, gestures, or style of a comedic effect. We see it all the time with male creators who partake in this.
Oh, stop banging on my door. What do you want? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Not in front of my neighbors. Not in front of my neighbors. I don't give a fuck.
Listen. God damn. You know you need me. Look at you. You
I don't need you. I don't need you because I've been stress-free.
Yeah.
I don't need you.
So
That's
what
the
you
problem.
getting big?
Yes, I'm
This shit
stress-free.
not cute. I'm trying to put this. Come on, Keisha. Come on.
I'm not doing this.
Keisha,
I don't want to do this no more.
Keisha, come on. Come on. Give me a hug, baby.
Just come in. You can stay for the night, and that's it.
Just tonight.
That's all right. That's all right. She barely fucking touched me anyway.
Yup.
Truth be told, she barely got me.
Barely.
Barely. I want a rematch. It was too much going on. It was slippery on the ground. It was windy outside.
Your phone wasn't charged.
McDonald's ice cream machine down. I want round 2, ho.
Oh, she calling me right now.
Decline it. Pull up.
She outside.
Close the blinds. Lock the door.
People call me a pick-me whenever this topic is brought up because it just isn't funny to me anymore. I understand the videos are made for comedic purposes only, but once it starts to look like a minstrel show, I'm instantly turned off. Black women are often expected to conform to these exaggerated traits when expressing vulnerability or emotion. It's important to remember that representation is intersectional. Race, gender, and class intersect to shape how Black women are seen and unseen in media. Among gay men, especially within the queer spaces and drag spaces, Black women are often seen as icons. Within the drag culture, this connection is very visible. Drag queens often take inspiration from Black women's performances, fashion, and mannerisms. A queen might mimic a singer's signature gestures or channel a Black woman's confidence. These acts are usually intended as tribute, a way to honor the brilliance and creativity of women whose presence in media has left a lasting impression. In this way, Black women's cultural influence becomes a source of inspiration, shaping queer performance and self-expression. Black women inspire creativity, style, and confidence, while queer spaces provide platforms where this inspiration is shared, performed, and celebrated. Recognizing this relationship helps us see the power of cultural exchange, its joy, its challenges, and its potential for both celebration and respect. I just kind of wanted to put that part in there where I was wanted to intersect that with the gay community, just so we can all see it from both parties. But that's not to justify that some gay men do put on this Black girl act and mock Black women for jokes and stuff. So yeah. Now I also want to bring up a topic that happened back in 2014. So a Black woman, I don't know her name, but she put out a statement. A Black woman, she put out a statement back in 2014, and it's called "Dear White Gay Men, Stop Stealing Black Female Culture." And basically through this article, y'all, she was just giving her viewpoint on how she feel like a lot of white gays has been mocking Black women or whatever, and she don't like it. Now, at the time, this was like a very nuanced conversation to have, and she was very bold enough to do it, to the point where this story, her article actually made it to CNN News. It went viral. A gay man who happens to be white responded to that. So they both were invited to CNN News, and they both came forward with each other, and they both expressed their differences. I'll let you guys take a look.
senior at the University of Mississippi has a message for all the white gay men out there who she says are acting like black women. She says, stop stealing black female culture. That's actually the title of her opinion piece that Time published on its website. And she has gotten quite the reaction online. So many people are tweeting her about this that, of course, she has to respond. And so here's what had to respond. Here's what Sierra Manny says in her piece. She says, quote, you are not a black woman, and you do not get to claim either blackness or womanhood. The difference is that the black women with whom you think you align so well, whose language you use and stereotypical mannerisms you adopt, cannot hide their blackness and womanhood to protect themselves the way that you can hide your homosexuality. Well, of the gay white men who disagree with her, at least one of them decided to fire back a response, and that is H. Alan Scott. He wrote this: recognizing the things that she thinks belongs only to black women is the very thing that causes the separation and hate in our society. There is a reason why this country is called a melting pot, because eventually, once you lose the BS separation and start appreciating what makes us all amazing, you start realizing that. Now, we're not all that different. We're not that different at all. Why did you feel compelled to write this?
I wrote about things that happened to me, personal experiences that have happened to me.
And why this subject?
Because it happened to me. It happened.
What happened to you?
Well, it's not even like just yesterday or the day before that I did it or the day before someone else did it, but almost constantly it seems there will be times when I will meet a gay white male or I will witness it, a gay white male interacting with another black woman, and there'll be it's aggressive to me, coming up to me and saying, ooh, girl, this and that, and basically putting on their best black woman, basically face, their best black woman act.
I did not say in my article that we should ignore our differences. We should embrace our differences, and we should realize that we're all kind of the same, and we're all experiencing this at the exact same time, and that it isn't about specifically isolating gay white men as doing something to black women. It's about unifying a community and saying, we're in this together.
My question to you is the same as her. What compelled you to, because when I read it, I was like, okay, why is he defending his right to be a black woman or act like a black woman? What compelled you?
Well, I mean, all due respect, I feel like you misread that. I don't feel that.
No, but that's what you were doing. You're saying we have a right. You're saying we have a right to do this. We should all be able to do what we want. So I want to know what.
I'm saying that culturally, we have a right to communicate in ways that is not offensive. And yes, there are levels that saying ghetto booty is very offensive. However, if these men, gay men, and we all have experienced this, and I've seen it myself, where gay men do identify with the affirming awesomeness of black women, the Dreamgirls effect, the Beyonce effect, which you quoted. And also, too, we have to acknowledge historical context here, that many of the mannerisms that you spoke of in your article actually come from gay culture, like Paris is Burning, like Boys in the Band. These are not new mannerisms that have come in the last 10 years because of African-American female culture. It's been around, so...
I think that many people probably read, Sierra, what you said, and they thought it was that you were, excluding people and that you were coming off as a bit angry. I can understand, but I understand what you're saying. There's a term, H. Allen, called Columbusing, right? That where African Americans feel that white people will think that they discovered something that black culture has been doing for years, like twerking, right? All of a sudden, Miley Cyrus is the queen of twerking. Well, that has been happening in black culture for years. There are many other examples of that. So you may think that it's something that is funny and cute and that you're embracing black culture, but what you're doing is almost a minstrel show in some way. It's a mockery, and then it's like, okay, this is fun, this is great, I can do this, I'm twerking now, and now that's over. So you pull parts of the culture and you use it to sort of make fun, and then you cast it away. People don't own certain things just because they are of a certain color. You just can't own that. But I understand what you're saying. Here's what I think is the most important thing that you say, and that what you, H. Allen, should understand when you're trying to be cute or funny or gay and you're walking up to people saying, hey, girl. What she says here, she said, but here is the shade. The non-black people who get to enjoy all of the fun things about blackness will never have to experience the ugliness of the black experience, systematic racism, and the dangers of simply living while black. I know that there is a similarity in gays being gays and transgender people and questioning people being discriminated against. It's not the same as being an African American, and this is not my minority group is more, discriminated against in yours.
That's belittling the gay experience.
But at least, I said it's similar. I didn't say that it was. It's not, the same. It's not the same.
Implying that we can hide our homosexuality is belittling it.
No, but it's the truth. You can hide your homosexuality. Listen, let me tell you. If I asked people on the screen, I said, which one of these people on the screen is gay? Nobody would know that. But if I said, which one of these people on the screen is black? Everybody would know that. There is some credence to that. So you can't dismiss it.
Yes.
But we're not going to solve it.
No, I don't dismiss it. But I feel like it's offensive to imply that we can, and we should.
And it was not advice.
No, it's not. No one is. That's not what anyone is implying. But to say that they're the same is disingenuous.
So now we're going to use this segment to, hear from a black woman's perspective when it comes to this conversation, and then we're going to follow it up with gay men's perspective. I'm going to let you guys watch the videos, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
Listen, I love a gay man down, but we need to eject the adoption of black women's culture in the gay community. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a couple creators on here that try to black girl harder than me. And I'm not letting it slide. I am not letting it slide. Stop it. This speech, the mannerisms, come on, Come on, you know what I'm talking about. And let me be clear that I'm not talking about the adoption of female culture. I'm talking about the adoption of Black women's culture, Black women's behavior, the way we speak, the way we act, the way we talk. That is what I'm talking about. Coming on this app and building an entire platform as a gay white man, talking, acting, and behaving like a Black woman. I'm not letting that shit slide. Be gay, be loud, be proud. That is never the issue. But you don't get to appropriate a culture that is not yours. This goes so far beyond the gay community because if you're not a Black woman, you don't get to come on this app and build a platform based off of talking like Black women, behaving like Black women, but never standing up for Black women.
Can I say something?
bitch. What's up? Go ahead.
As a woman talking about straight men, I mean, not straight men, gay men, do you know, like, women really feel a type of way about flamboyant gay men? We feel like flamboyant gay men try to put on this persona to be a woman when we're really not like that. We're not extra. We're not into drama. We do not feed off
and
drama.
that's very understandable.
We're not, and I noticed that with my friends are also talking to other women, like flamboyant men. I'm also part of the LGBT community, so don't flame me. I'm bisexual.
She's bisexual.
But when it comes to flamboyant gay men, a lot of women feel some type of way because we feel like they put on this persona of women that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Like we
It's
feel
like a mockery or act. Or...
Yeah, like we don't act like that. We're not into drama. We're not stirring up drama.
Because at the end of the day,
yeah,
you know, at the end of the day, we gotta.
Yeah, it's not like that. Like that's why I love gay men. I love gay men that's just themselves. Like, be gay, you know, you're into men or whatever the case may be. Get your nails done, your makeup or whatever, but you're not extra. You're not extra trying to prove a point that you're a girl. Deep down inside.
I just came across a TikTok creator that says Black gay men are trying to compete with Black women. Let's get one thing straight, and no pun intended. Black gay men are not in competition with Black women. We're not studying you to mimic you. We're connected to you because our survival stories are woven together. See, when people say that Black gay men want to be women, what they really mean is, I don't understand confidence that don't need my approval. Because the same boldness, the same flavor, the same energy that people celebrate in Black women, they shame in us. And that's not about competition. That's about comfort. And listen to me closely because we're reflections, not rivals. We love y'all, we celebrate y'all, and we pull from y'all because who wouldn't want to pull from power? But don't confuse admiration for imitation. And if I'm being real, the loudest homophobia comes from inside our own walls. From the same Black cis folk that claim it's all love until they have to show it. We're not trying to outshine Black women. We're just living our light too. And if that light feels threatening, maybe it's time for all of us to ask, why? Because the truth is, when we both stand in our fullness, nobody can dim our glow or what it is to be our full self.
Flamboyant gay men try to put on this persona to be a woman when we're really not like that. We're not extra.
You know, we talk about straight men having podcasts. Maybe we need to have a conversation about bisexual women on podcasts because y'all 2 for 2 right now. You know the drill. Come outside. I just want to talk. I just want to talk. To my women, come here. Come here, baby. Let's chat. And I'm talking to Black women because that's the community that I am a part of. What if I told you that femininity is not exclusive to you? Femininity is not exclusive to you. All human beings have masculine and feminine energy. And we are all allowed to showcase that in different ways. So when you see a gay man in a crop top and some heels, he's not trying to beat you, honey. And if you see that same gay man arguing with the cashier at Forever 21, he's not mocking you. He's operating in his femininity that he has the right to operate in. A lot of gay men have women for friends. So when it makes sense that we talk alike, act alike, have some of the same interests, and don't y'all use Black queer lingo all the time? It's giving no tea, no shade. Y'all even saying trade now. And do we ever tell y'all that y'all trying to be the girls and the dolls? Oh. This conversation is tired. Okay? Sis has worked a 16-hour shift for 25 years. It's time for her to take a vacation. And let's have a conversation about why you are equating your womanhood to some obnoxious, over-the-top gay man. And girl, you sat there and lied in that video because I know plenty of women who are extra, plenty of women who are over the top. So, in conclusion, please stop saying shit like this because it's simply not true. And if you do know a gay man that wants to be a woman, this no longer becomes about sexuality, it becomes about gender, and that's a whole nother conversation, honey. Like, imagine a man saying all the women in the WNBA want to be men because they play basketball. And I don't ever want to be a Black gay man coming for another Black gay man, but Why does it seem like it's always something problematic being said on this podcast, honey?
So I want to go back to the woman who expressed how she feels as though, the gays that do too much, she's not really too fond of them. Now, she's definitely speaking for herself because, like I said in the beginning of my video, femininity and being flamboyant, that is not a gay man trying to be a black woman. Like, yeah, it may come off as that, but you have to understand being flamboyant and being feminine, that shit does not, y'all don't own that. It's not just exclusive to black women. But the first girl, she ate down. She ate the girlies up. We're going to use this last segment to react to some videos. And of course, y'all going to hear my commentary. So let's get into it.
Why do these gay guys like acting like black women? Meanwhile, not a single one of them are black. Because on my For You page, there's been this beef that's circulating in the gay community. And I was going to mind my business and watch, but I can't get past the fact that all of them are trying to act like something they're not, and it's so clear. Like, I saw a stitch from this white guy and he's wearing a bonnet. What the actual fuck is going on? And before anybody goes, well, what do you mean talking and acting like a black woman? You know exactly what I'm talking about, because they all have this same fucking accent, and they're from different parts of the United States. Even black people in different parts of the United States have a different accent because it's regional to where they're at. But y'all put on this like fake social media accent that you heard online because you're not actually around any black people. And you're like, oh, we're all going to talk like this. And it's so hard to like take shit serious because you know that the personality they're putting on, they're not doing that when they're around their family during Thanksgiving. It's very different. And before anybody goes, oh, lesbians do the same thing. Yeah, I know. That's why I made several videos saying that it's fucking weird behavior.
She make a lot of great points. Now, I do want to make a video about lingo because I know that's going to be a big discourse with the gays and people within the black community, whether it's black women or black men, but mainly black women, only because it's a lot of black women who feel as though they made up a lot of lingos that we use today. But actually, it comes from ballroom culture. That's why I got to do a video on that, and I want to make sure it's separately because I want to make sure that I go back in time and actually, do my studies on it. I know I have to watch a lot of documentaries before I do that video, though, so I got to make sure I'm making sense. But other than that, I agree with everything that she said. Unfortunately, it's popular to be black, babes. It's popular. I feel like when it comes to being black, we just have our own thing. We have our own culture. When you look at trends, when you look at the way people dress nowadays, what's hot, it always stems from a black person. So, yeah, that's that. I love being black. We love that. But I agree with everything that she said. So, yeah, Claudia T.
Somebody said, behind every beautiful and expressive black woman is a white gay man quietly stealing her mannerisms and... I will never understand how the gays, as a fellow openly gay man, I will never understand why queer people have the audacity to try to disrespect black women when black women are the archetype for a lot of LGBTQ plus culture. Especially the white gays, especially the white gays, especially the white gays, especially the white gays. Let me tell you something. They be so quick to disrespect a black woman when they are upset, when they are mad. Okay? But where do you get all your mannerisms from? They be sitting here making money cosplaying all black women, but have the audacity to disrespect them?
I feel like society just really do a bad job with protecting black women, and that's just my personal opinion. Again, all of this is opinionated. It's all subjective. It's how I feel. Y'all take it up with whoever y'all want to take it up with. But this whole entire video, I just had to talk about it because I feel like it needed to be said. I don't really see enough people coming out talking about it, opposed to people that really, that do come out talk about it on TikTok. But on YouTube, you don't see a lot of folks talking about it. Now, I did a video on this, breaking everything down, where I talked about the minstrel show. I give you guys the history of it. I talk about how also black people partake into the minstrelsy show as well. So please make sure you all go watch that video if you haven't already. But this is about wraps up this video. I hope you guys took a lot from this. I worked really hard on it with the research and just trying to make sure I had everything right. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.